to illustrate, I have a couple of frequency tables from the class data. One question I asked you was, would you rather kill someone and have no one know, or kill no one but have everyone think you did? We can see on the left-hand side of the table, we have the different observations that appear in the data. Those are the only two options you were given for the question, so those are the only two options that appear. On the right-hand side, we have the frequency for each one. We can see that in this class, 24 people said they would rather kill someone and have no one know, while 36 people said they would rather kill no one but have everyone think they did. And that was out of 60 total responses. And by the way, this data includes both your class this semester and the undergrad class I'm also teaching this semester. I gave everybody the same survey, so that's why we have 60 observations total and not 30. But otherwise here with our frequency table, we can see we have all three elements. We have our observations, we have our frequencies, and we have our total. Another question in the class survey was, how do you feel about math? In this frequency table, we can see our different observations present in the data in that left-hand column, and our frequencies in the right-hand column. And looking at this table, you can see 4 people said, I love it, oh boy. 14 people said, I would rather gouge both eyes out with a spoon and eat them than do math. And we have a good number of people whose feelings about math are somewhere in the middle. And 65 people answered that question. We can see that in our total. Another frequency table we could create from the class data is for the number of times that students have been stopped by police in the past 3 years. And looking at this table, we can see that many students have had relatively little contact with police over the past few years. 23 students were not stopped at all. 14 students were stopped only once. Whereas for some students, police contact and police stops have been a more frequent occurrence over that time. So with these three variables, we have examples of frequency tables for nominal level variables, ordinal level variables, and ratio level variables. You can see that it's the same format regardless of the variable type, and they all include those same three elements. And our goal with each of these tables, and what we've hopefully accomplished here with each of these tables, is to take the data that was in that original spreadsheet and make it easier to interpret at a glance. We can see now the number of people who would rather kill someone and have no one know, or kill no one but have everyone think you did. We have a sense for the distribution of feelings about math, and we have a sense for the pattern of police contact here, which we can see is pretty disproportionate for some members of the class. We can also add some other things to frequency tables to make the information stand out even more at a glance and give us an even better sense for what's going on with a particular variable. A relative frequency describes a percent or proportion of observations. And we can calculate relative frequencies for variables at any level of measurement again. So any type of variable you have, relative frequencies can be useful. I've added them to the table here so you can see that we do get a bit more information at a glance now. So now we can see that rather than trying to have to kind of weigh 24 against 36 in your head and think about how much bigger one is than the other, that we have a 40-60 split here. So 40% say kill someone and have no one know, 60% say kill no one but have everyone think you did. For our feelings about math, we can now put some percentages to these numbers. So we have about our most common answer here at 28% of not a fan, but I'll do it if I have to. Only 6% say I love it, oh boy. 22%, still a pretty big chunk, would rather gouge both eyes out with a spoon and eat them than be listening to me right now. And we can see the percentages for the answers in between as well. Finally, we can do the same thing with our police stops table here. And we can see that 35% of students had no police stops in the past 3 years, 22% had only 1%, and then we can match those percentages with other numbers of police stops as well. So relative frequencies, also useful for getting information from the table at a quick glance.